And now time for my favorite Robin, or, as many of you know him as, the Red Hood.
Tell me, what bothers you more? That your greatest failure has returned from the grave? Or that I've become a better Batman than you?
Alrighty, so Jason Todd's origin is kind of messy because he was introduced into publication in 1983, which was 2 years before the entire DC universe would be rewritten in Crisis on Infinite Earths. The first version of Jason Todd, however, might as well have been called Dick Grayson version 2.0, with the only difference being the fact that Jason had red hair, but even that didn't stay because Jason, quote-unquote, chose to dye his hair black to look more like Dick, so then that way people couldn't figure out that Dick Grayson had become Nightwing. You know what? Sure, why not? Starting in 1985 and ending in 1986, Crisis on Infinite Earths took all of the DC multiverse, and I do mean multiverse as in several different Earths, and all the Earths that survived the crisis would be folded into one called New Earth. Jason Todd would be reintroduced into the Batman comics in The New Adventures of Batman, which was issue 408, June 1987, and was reintroduced as a street punk orphan with a drug-addicted mother and a criminal father who was missing, and then we found out he was dead because Two-Face killed him. By the way, spoiler alert, Bruce first meets the new Jason while he's trying to steal the wheels off the Batmobile and says that he sees promise in the boy of being a crime fighter. Let's all just take a moment to think about that. Stealing shit off the Batmobile makes Batman see you, okay, sure. And also may have killed a guy, but we're not really too sure on that. This version of Jason wasn't very well liked at first, which is kind of odd because he wasn't all that much from Damian. So, yeah. Actually, you know, in all honesty, he was worse off than Damian, because at least Damian still had his dad. This version of Jason would stay as Robin until Batman issue 428, part 3 for Death in the Family saga. So he literally only stayed for 20 issues. Wow. In this issue, the fans got to vote on whether or not Jason Todd would live or die at the Joker's hands. And unfortunately, the fans kinda sorta chose death even though someone rigged the machine. Jason would not be seen until February 2005 in a graphic novel titled Under the Red Hood, or officially seen, where he would show up as the Red Hood. Now, there's a little bit of a story behind that. The Joker's first alias before he became the Joker was the Red Hood, which was kind of a winking nod towards fans of the older comics. The graphic novel was so well received that it even got its own straight-to-DVD movie under the same name, even though the movie was missing like half the story, but okay, sure. Now, Jason does have other versions of himself existing in the DC multiverse, just not on Earth 2 because, like I said before, all the Earth 2 characters were created from 1939 and to 1950, except for the New 52. So maybe there is a anyways, we find out in 52, or Countdown, I can't remember which, that Jason became Batman and is very heavily implied that Bruce was the one who died in a Death in the Family storyline instead of Jason. And Flashpoint, Jason does not meet Bruce because, well, Bruce gets killed on the night when his parents are supposed to die, unlike in the main timeline continuity. In this one, Jason becomes a drug addict follower of Brother Blood and later becomes a priest. And if there is an Earth 2 version, I honestly can't answer that because, well, the New 52 is still fairly new and it's going to take a lot of time to get things sorted out. Let me put it this way. Stephanie Brown is just now coming back into publication. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I say goodbye, I meant to put this in the Batman video, but for whatever reason, I guess it just never made it in. So, Nostalgia Critic, this one's for you.
7 million. Never leave the cave without it.